Hey everybody, what's up? So, children are like great reminders of like how God works in our lives, right? This morning I had a little lesson, I guess to say, with my firstborn. He's only 7 years old, but he gets these things like stuck in his head about like how things are supposed to be, right? And today, I just wanted him to open up a water bottle. Well, for whatever reason, he feels like when he first goes and gets a water bottle, he can't open it on his own. He has to bring it to me or his mom, and we have to if we just touch it, then he's like, oh, okay, thanks, take it, and he'll open it on his own, right? And we're like, okay, we're done doing this because you got to get this mental thing out of your head of you feeling like we have to touch it first and you have to, no, just go get the water bottle and open it up. And he would sit there and he's trying to open it up, and it's just like, and he's bawling like a baby, he's freaking out, he's getting angry, and he just won't open the water bottle, and he's acting like he's opening it, but he's not even gripping the thing and turning it, he's just gripping it, and he's going, ah. I'm just like, buddy, you're not even turning it, come on, turn it. Open it. And that's just like, and we've dealt with him on this particular issue, like as far as him getting stuck in his head about like with his coloring, he felt like he couldn't color inside the lines, and he was just, it's like this mental thing that he had to overcome. And I knew right in that moment, I was like, okay, like, listen, we have to stop everything we're doing and we're going to help him overcome this thing. Now, how did we help him overcome it? We made him do it. We made him just do it. We're not moving. The family is on pause. Everything's at a standstill until you open up that water bottle. You're not going to go play with toys. You're not going to do anything until you open that water bottle. And sure enough, man, after much tears and kicking and screaming, he eventually did it. And he came over and yelled in my face. He was like, there, I did it, okay? I mean, he was mad. But it was so awesome because he eventually did it, And I got a revelation from that like, wow, that is exactly how God works. The kind and merciful, all-loving God is still a father. He's not going to just overcome things for you. He's not going to do for you the thing that you can do for yourself, the thing you should do, the thing that you already have been doing 100 times, like him opening up the water bottle. He's done it hundreds of times. And sometimes he just gets things stuck in his head. It's like, well, I can't do that. What is in your head that has suddenly stumped you that you can't do this? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I just felt like the Lord was like, that is exactly how I am. I'm going to encourage you. I'm going to bless you. I'm going to push you. I'm going to exhort you. I'm going to say you can do it and all that, but you have to do it. The scripture says, train up yourself in godliness. You know what that means? That means do what you know you're supposed to do. Just because the situation doesn't seem favorable, or maybe you don't feel like it, that doesn't mean you don't need to overcome. What's in your head? What's getting in your head that's making you think, well, I can't do that now, or that's not for now, or I can't do that anymore, or I'm no good at that, or, fill up the laundry list of things and excuses that you say you can't do, like Moses. He was like, oh, Lord, I can't do that. I know you're calling me to do this, but I can't do it because here's my list of reasons why I can't do what you're telling me I can do. That's exactly what it was like with my son this morning. I was like, you can do it. You've done it before. I'm telling you, you can do it, So it's like, if God is saying you can do it, I want you to do it, then you can do it. Now, as far as like the vision of God in our lives and everything, there can be a timing factor for that and everything. And God's releasing us and all that. I totally understand that. I've got a whole playlist on the vision of God and how that works. But it's like, if it's the Lord and he's saying, go for it, do it, don't give him an excuse of why you can't. Consider what Jesus said to every single church in the book of Revelation. He said, to him who overcomes, I will give. To him who overcomes. Now, we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us, but it's Christ in us and us doing what Christ is in us, strengthening us to do. He didn't say, to him who I overcome for. No, he's not going to overcome for you. You have to overcome. Now, what does that mean? that means you're going to have to put on the full armor of God. That means you're going to have to pick up the weapons of your warfare. That means you're going to have to fight. You're going to have to contend. You're going to have to push. You're going to have to, you know what I'm saying? Like the video I did before about don't give up, fight, contend. You know, you got to believe what God is going to do for you, you know, but there are things that sometimes, a lot of times, in getting our breakthrough, there's something that we have to do, and that's going to be different for every single solitary person. But you know what? The thing that we all have to do, the first thing that we have to do, is we have to listen and then obey. You know, that's the key thing. So whatever the Lord tells you to do, that's what you need to do. And if you do that, you will overcome. Just like my son this morning. If he would just do what I was telling him to do, then he would overcome this thing in his mind that was telling him he can't do it. And it was really ridiculous. And it's like a lot of times, honestly, the things that trip us up as believers that we get in our head are really ridiculous when you think about it. Because I was like, son, listen, what's really going on here? And I had to like take him out of his heightened emotion just to show him, like, hey, listen, I'm trying to get you to open up a water bottle. That's it, man. But yet, some of the things that trip us up are just as ridiculous. And sometimes the Lord has to pull us out and say, hey, man, what am I really asking you to do? You know, I'm asking you to write some stories, man. Something you really like to do. I'm asking you to do it. You know, and it's like, okay, I'll do it. You know, that's something I went through a while ago. But, you know, we can't get tripped up by just like things. You know, if God says, hey, I'm calling you to do this, I want you to do this, but I'm not qualified for that. I don't even have a degree in that. Come on now. Hope that blessed you guys. And until next time, I will see you later.